No business like show business.
I know, right? Record. Hey guys, this is your girl Tam Cam, always Tam Cam, and welcome to another podcast show. I have another special guest. It is the month of April. We're in April already.
That's right.
2022, this month is going by fast. And you're probably wondering, why are we dressed up in shades? Or at least why am I dressed up in shades? Because I'm trying to match my homeboy from my Cheetahs episodes, my Cheaters, the reality show days, Detective Danny Gomez. Guys, give it up for him.
How are you?
Awesome. So me and Danny live in the same neighborhood,
right.
And we've been running into each other over the years. And when I started the podcast, I was like, let me go ahead and get him on the podcast so we can like really, really catch up. But I'm getting hot. I'm getting really. I'm about to take this off because. Okay, all right. Give me 1 second. No, this is getting. All right.
I love it.
You remember you gave me the shirt?
Yes.
Many moons ago.
You know something, Tam? You know, it's like those are almost like every once in a while somebody go, hey, can I have one of your shirts? I see, something. I gave about a ton of those a long time ago.
When you gave me the shirt last time, I wasn't I was a little thinner.
You look good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, let me pull out this shirt because I did promise I was going to take a picture.
Yeah.
And so I'm fulfilling my promise right now.
Yeah. A couple of years later.
I know more than a couple of years, but thank you so much for saying that. Let me go ahead and put this back on. So guys, once again, we got my friend from Cheaters, the reality show, guys, the reality show that put reality on the map, Detective Gomez.
Sure.
What's up, man?
Man, you know something, Tam? I'm here. I'm still doing what I'm doing.
I
worked for the TV show for a while.
Mm-hmm.
22 years.
22 years?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna learn a lot about you.
Yeah.
But before we dive in, let's tell everyone exactly how we met and how we became so close over the years. So I don't think we actually were that close as we were working for Cheaters, right? Yeah, I think I was a little intimidated by you. I think it was the unspoken rule to not talk to you, don't talk to Joey.
Really?
Nobody said it, or maybe I just was, a little timid. I was just a little starstruck, because we would not see you until we got out into the field.
Right, until it was showtime.
Yeah, until it was showtime.
For the confrontation, or close to the confrontation, that's when I'd pop in and say, okay, here's what we're doing, this, and this.
Right.
And I'd say, is the crew going to be there on time?
Right.
Is this going to happen on time?
Yeah.
Because every once in a while, I do run into somebody who goes, oh, my buddy, he was a camera person on Cheaters. And I go, what was his name? And go, because I never really knew many people. So me and you connected. Obviously, we're still friends, and that's a good thing.
Awesome. So I was saying that it was an unspoken rule for us not to really talk to you guys. And this is the question I know you get. Okay. Was Cheaters real? What is your answer when people, because I know you get it. I get it when I tell people I worked for Cheaters.
The way I explain it is everything I did was real. I'll just say it like that. And there is some production value in the cases where sometimes some things have to be more explained more. For example, like we would have some clients that would come to the show and, for example, do an interview for 2 hours. Like they're and that's the part of the show where they go, well, I've met John David been married so many years and those kind of things. But when it came down for the confrontation, they're okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then when it got down for the confrontation, they would go and confront somebody for like 30 seconds. Right. And then people don't understand, like for the TV show, we needed so many minutes for the confrontation. Right. So we'll just say Tam. So if Tam goes and confronts her boyfriend and gives us 30 seconds of video, they'd come back to me. The Detective Gomez, your client, only gave us 30 seconds of video. And I go, really? We need her to this is what she said she was going to do.
Right.
We need her to say these things and say what she was going to do.
Okay.
And do what she said she was going to do.
Right.
So we can have a TV show.
Exactly.
All this is for nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes I would have to actually go back into the van and say, look, excuse me, Lisa, you need to go do this again. We need this. We got to have this. Get out there, and we know. Then they that after that they'd fix everything and the editing post, I guess.
Yeah.
Fix it and make it. Cut it all together and make a show out of it.
Every now and then I would see you like when they would call us, and I swear I felt like a superhero because I could be working one of my promo jobs and then I'll get that phone call. Hey, we got a bust. And then I'll drive to the studio and we'll just be, sitting there. And it wasn't for a couple of years that I realized your office was like right next to the Cheaters studio.
Right.
So take us to the beginning. Like, how did you even get involved with Cheaters? Was it created around your business?
No. Cheaters was actually a thought when they came to me. Mm-hmm. I had a business already, doing detective work already.
Right.
And they contacted me and said, hey, we're thinking about putting this TV show together. Would you be interested in helping us?
Right.
And I was like, I guess.
Did you so you didn't take it serious?
I didn't really take it serious. I didn't take it that serious because
Right.
it took them close to 2 years to shoot the pilot, put the pilot together,
Right.
and shoot a couple of more somewhat close to pilots where they could, try to sell the show.
Right.
And then get people interested.
Right.
Because the owner of the show at that time wanted to get investors to invest in the show.
Okay.
And you know how people are. Sometimes they want to use other people's money, not their money, to do things.
Yeah.
So, which is understandable. So, it took us about 2 years to get the show on the air. And then from what I remember back in 1998, that the show started airing in Germany initially. And then they flipped it over here to the United States, got really popular overseas, and flipped it over to the United States and started airing at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
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 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, if I can remember. And then eventually got a 10 o'clock time slot on CW33.
Yeah. I remember watching Cheaters when I was in my early 20s, probably in my teens. How long has it been since Cheaters started?
We started shooting in 1990, but didn't start airing to the year 2000.
Okay. Yeah. So I do remember seeing it when I was in New Orleans and it being like one of like the most talked about shows like in college and in high school. And I'm like, wow. I felt like my part in the show was really very important because I added that drama, the flash, and so, I really took pride in like, getting those pictures and flashing and, and making sure that the whole episode looked like paparazzi style, Right. So
that's good. That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Because there would be different photographers who would show up sometimes based on, and then eventually they quit doing.
Yeah. They stopped doing photography. Why is that?
I have no idea.
Because I know, well, thank goodness they didn't say, hey, we don't need you anymore. So what they did was they gave me like one of those little tiny cameras. So I still had a little employment with Cheaters. Yeah. So.
That's crazy.
But so let's talk about your podcast. When did you start your podcast on YouTube?
Actually, I'll put some episodes up on YouTube, but most of them are on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and then iTunes.
Okay, what is your podcast about?
It's about cheating stories. People that have been cheated on or something related to infidelity.
Okay.
Some way, somehow, but just something that has to do with some type of infidelity or me giving advice to people like I did one the other day on romance scams.
Oh. Wait. Romance scam? Is that another show?
No. It's like, it's a trending topic right now where people fall in love with people over the internet and they end up taking their money, break their heart, promise them that they're going to fly them to Dubai or something like that.
Okay.
Things like that. And they end up sending them people money. I've had a couple of clients. I think one client sent somebody like $40,000 to some woman, and he thought she was in South America, but she was really in South Africa. And she wasn't real.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So when I think about your show and I look at it, I'm like, I love how you created it's almost like a spinoff because of course spin-off shows, extension shows. I mean, they're like really popular, and I know people still want to know like what is Joey doing? What is Detective Gomez doing? Right. What happened to most of these cheating couples? Of course, probably they broke up, but do you get recognized a lot?
I get some people do recognize, or they recognize the voice. I mean, I've had people go, I know your voice from somewhere, and I go,
really?
Where? Or every once in a while you'll see somebody that like I went to this dentist office once, and this lady was like, she goes, "I'll follow you." And I said, "Well, what do you want?"
You're like, "No autographs, please."
I'll follow you on social media. She goes, "I know who you are," and I was like, "Okay." I said, "So whatever happened?" Then they start asking questions. About
right.
Like, okay, this, and then sometimes, I mean, I'll be honest, I can't remember all the episodes.
Yeah, of course not.
And she's like, on this particular case, this person got caught here. This is
right.
Whatever happened?
Because everybody has their favorite episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, to be honest, I don't remember.
Right.
So, I get people even email me sometimes, or message me like on Twitter sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, this kid, because they still show reruns on some of the networks, and I had someone, hey, is this girl doing okay? I'd like to help her, and I'm a counselor.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, that aired in 2002. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Well, can you find her? Don't you? No, you're the detective. She didn't know everything about the. I was like, man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you really know exactly what episode they're talking. How many episodes would you say Cheaters recorded?
Like, well, if you got
since the beginning,
Well, there's episodes and cases. Okay, so it was 2 cases per show. And so
was it 2? Yeah, it was 2 cases per show.
It was 22 episodes.
It was an hour, right?
Right. So you think it was 44 a season. So for at least 44 times.
Whoa. That's a lot.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We'll put the answer at the bottom right here.
Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So during the time Cheaters was like on the air, it was hot and popping. Mm-hmm. Would you get stopped all the time, or you would just purposely not wear black leather and glasses? Because I feel like this is your superhero costume.
Right.
I would not recognize you without it.
Right.
But when I would see you, I'd be like,
look out!
And that's
comes. And it's some people that know me personally because I am from Dallas. Mm-hmm. I remember there's one case specifically where I was in the Applebee's in Oak Cliff.
Oh.
And somebody, I was walking out of the men's room, and I just, and the crew was on the way, and somebody goes, "Danny Gomez," and I go, and do you remember me? I said, you played baseball with my little brother when he was 8 years old. And I was like, oh yeah, how's it going? Something happening today? I go, well, it's my birthday. Their whole family was there.
Right.
It's kind of funny. And I said, just have a seat.
Yeah.
Just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. One thing I have to say about you is when I really got to meet you, I think probably after, I stopped personally working for Cheaters because I stopped getting the calls after a while. I don't know if I got busy or whatever. Probably did with my photography. But when I reconnected with you, I would see you at Starbucks in our neighborhood. Just how nice you were. Oh. Like you would like genuinely just sit down, and normally people in your position would not be like that.
No.
Now I see you as my friend Danny. I don't see Detective Gomez anymore. But I get a little giddy when I tell people I know you. I really do. I mean, you're a man who you worked in law enforcement. Mm-hmm. And and I love how you
went to school here.
You went to school here, born and raised. And did you ever inspire to move away from Dallas?
No, never. I really enjoyed living here in Dallas because I look at Dallas as being centralized in the United States, where you can pretty much fly anywhere.
Right.
Being in the middle.
Exactly.
We're in North Texas. We're not in South Texas.
Right.
So that's the benefit of being up here in North, because we can shoot to New York or Los Angeles or Florida, or whatever you got to be in like 2.5, 3 hours.
Exactly. So tell me this: what was it like working with Joey Greco?
Joey, I really enjoyed. Joey was very, very. It's funny because he would because not all the people on the show were, I guess, outstanding citizens. We'll say like that,
okay.
But Joey would come up every once in a while and say, "So does monogamy mean anything to you anymore?" Or something. They'd look at him like, "What the hell did you say?" What'd you say? He'd always come up with these big words.
Right.
During the show, during the confrontation.
Right.
And it's funny how people they look like, well, what does that mean? Instead of,
right.
That was the kind of thing with Joe. He was always very, very humble, very, or if they were started fighting, guys, we really don't need that right now.
Yeah.
And
like the people who we're trying to break up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Guys, good job.
Right.
Maybe that's not a good time for this or something like that. And he would look at him in a certain way, and then they just look at him like, man, you're crazy. We're fixing to fight. So it's just funny how Joey was like, but he was really a great host. He was very. I watched some of the, every once in a while one of the episodes will pop up and I watch them. Oh, yeah, I remember.
Where can you watch them right now?
I just watch them on the CW33. They're running the old ones.
Oh, really?
2:00. And I was up the other night at 2:00 in the morning. They popped on. I said, I remember that episode. I heard like a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
So they're not airing anything new right now.
So is there going to be a reboot with Cheaters? I mean,
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I've not talked to anybody there in a couple of years. I don't really. I did a couple of shows with the last host, Peter Guns. I did a couple of shows with him.
Right.
And then then after that, I just went a different direction.
Okay. Do you remember? Now I'm acting like a fan. Do you remember this episode?
Okay.
But like seriously, the one that I remember like vividly as if it happened yesterday because it happened on Juneteenth Day. That I was like, okay, this is the last time I'm working with Cheaters because like I literally felt like my life was in danger. Okay. Was when we went and we did a stakeout on this like this farm. It was like these big acres of land, and we were creeping in the woods like we always do, so this can be any episode, and all of a sudden the camera lights went on, and it was this, I remember a black guy and a white lady like doing it in the barnyard or something. Yeah. And he pulled out a whip. Yeah. You remember this one?
That was my case. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that case because he came out with a whip and he was pissed.
Yeah, he came out with a whip and he was so like, I think I was the first one back to the van. And then when I got back to the van wasn't open. I was like, open it up.
That was very challenging.
Yeah.
We didn't know how it was going to go down. And I said, this is the best way to go. Just, sneak up in the night and get him. And he was pissed. I think he was half naked, right?
He was half naked. I do believe it. I know it's a dark black man, and I did see some things that I was like, whoa. And the fact that it happened on Juneteenth, with the whip was like just a little comical to me.
I don't remember the exact date, because like I said, we did so many of them. Mm-hmm. But I remember the whip, and even Joe remembers that because when I talked to one of the editors later on because we could definitely hear that. There was no sound effects.
Right. You can hear the cracking of the whip like he was a pro. Like, get off my property. Get off my property. Yeah. And everybody's like just running. Like the camera guy's really trying to get the angle. Right. But I'm going through the woods trying not to like fall because I was like, dude, I felt like I ain't gonna say what I felt, but it was crazy.
Yeah, it was a crazy one. I remember that. That was a good one.
Oh man, yeah, it was a good one now that I think about it. But in the moment, it's like, I don't know if I'm coming back.
That was crazy.
But it was crazy. One of the things that I remember distinctively is like always being in the van. Like we would be in the van for like hours on end, just waiting to hear from you.
Right.
And because it always had to be at the exact right moment. Like it could be like they'll call us at 10 o'clock and we won't get out the van to maybe like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, and that was part of it too because they'd say, okay, well, Detective Gomez, when do you think this is going to go down? I said it's probably going to go down between 10 p.m. and 1.
So you would always guesstimate.
Yeah. Based on what the pattern would show us in the past.
Yeah.
So that's, because I couldn't say, well, it's going to go down exactly at, 11 p.m. I couldn't say that because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the part that, that's part of the, and then, you have to get there before.
Yeah.
Set up, get all your camera equipment together, test everything. Make sure everything's working right. Mm-hmm. And then get out there and just sit and wait, or sit at the studio and wait until they got a phone call and said, move. Because after that, you turn into like a SWAT team after that.
I know.
But you can sit around and wait for 2 or 3 hours. If nothing happens, nothing happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes nothing would happen.
No, I remember those times where we just sat in the van and I'm like, oh, really?
It was a good time.
It was a good time. All right, so we're going to switch to your online course. So tell everybody about your course that you have.
Well, it's probably going to be out like at the end of April. And it's just an all-in course talking about the tips, how to identify a cheater. And I gives like things like 15 episodes, different things that I give people, like how to, what to look for, signs, equipment to buy, simple equipment to buy.
I remember going on your website now. Yeah,
I just trying to give people different, ways to help them identify a cheater. I'm not going to say, can't guarantee you're going to catch them, because there's no guarantee on that. But at least there's ways you can identify cheaters so that they can, get the answers they need and move on.
Get the results,
get the results they need. I mean, sometimes you just need someone to talk to you a little bit and give you some direction, because when somebody cheats on you, it's almost like you're alone in the world. Because you're in a relationship with somebody, and all of a sudden you feel some distance between that person. And then all of a sudden it's like, who do I tell? Do I tell his family? Do I tell my family? Are they going to believe me? Are they going to call him and tell him what I'm thinking? Can I tell my best friend? I can't tell my best friend, because she's going to get tired of me telling her. What are you going to do about it? So sometimes that's why it's good to have a private investigator or someone to talk to, so they can kind of give you the right direction on what you need to do. They're kind of like the middle person.
Exactly. I mean, if you suspect that your significant other is cheating, does it even make sense to like hire a detective? I mean, well, I mean, I'm not trying to put you out of business or anything.
No. I think it's important, because at the end of the day,
you want to be sure. Well,
besides that, you're a human being. No one wants to be lied to.
Those emotions are attached to,
So I've had talked to some lady about this the other day. I said, look, at the end of the day, you're a human being. You deserve to know the truth. Whether someone's lying to you.
Exactly.
So, I mean, think about it, even if it's something between a personal friend that you have a problem with, maybe you want to know if they're telling you the truth or not. You want to do a little investigation. You want to find out what's going on.
So you don't just do couples. You do maybe friends or relatives or, who maybe stole something from somebody. So have you ever been cheated on?
I mean, I've been cheated on a couple times.
Okay.
As a private investigator.
Oh, my God. How would they even like...
And I was engaged to a girl, it's been a while, but I was engaged to this girl, and she...
hello, you're a detective.
She
liked the challenge, right?
I didn't ask her why. At the end of the day, I caught her, and she... it was something... I'll make the story really short, but her parents had like a little call... back in the day, they had the little caller ID boxes. And she had told me she had a friend, and he was just a friend. And I mentioned that the guy had called her like about 20 or 30 times. I mean, in less than 48 hours, and she said, well, and then I just decided I didn't think that was good for our relationship.
Of course not,
And they ended up getting married.
Oh, wow.
So...
Oh, wow. Do you still keep tabs on her? Or like, no.
I mean, but I heard they got married and had a couple of kids. So I'm happy for her. So I'm glad she moved on. And, Then I had another one that I was dating, and she... it was so weird. Like, it was just around the holidays. And all of a sudden, December 15th, we're just not working out, And then December 20th, I can't do this anymore. And then January the 1st, some buddy of mine calls me up and goes, hey, look at this profile picture. And she's on a profile picture with some guy embraced, like something out of Gone with the Wind or something like that.
Wait, while you guys are still together?
Yeah, December 20th.
Okay.
On December 20th, we just couldn't work it. We can't do it. I can't do it.
She's in the arms of somebody else. Yeah.
And then I called, but I did call her up, and she said, it just happened. I said,
oh, my gosh.
Okay, so, things happen, But, at the end of the day, you look back at those things, and if something like that happens, you start to realize that it was the right decision for them to do whatever they did, because I'm a lot happier without having to worry about something like that.
So I'm going to ask you a silly question. Do you know more people like you who do private detective work? Because you don't run into private detective, or you don't, it's not something you think about like hiring, or someone you think about hiring.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like somebody on TV, like a CSI or some type of Netflix special, like hire your private detective. Or it seemed like something only rich people, hire.
Right. Well, are people, I don't know that many private investigators. Every once in a while I run into one.
So that's a good thing for you, right?
Yeah. Business-wise.
Yeah, business-wise,
but I don't run into me, but there's quite a few in Dallas.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, there's different private investigators that specialize in different things. I specialize more in infidelity.
Yeah.
Some guys do criminal stuff. Some guys do, civil stuff.
Yeah.
I do more, divorces and child custody and things like that. I do
Right.
stuff like that. But there's just, a different, sector for each person, what they like to do.
Okay. Tell us something about you personally, that you want your fans to know, because I'm pretty sure you still got lots of fans out there, who, are still huge fans of the reruns of Cheaters.
Something about me, I like to listen to different types of music.
Oh, what kind of music you like?
I like it. Someone asked me the other day, what's on your iPod thing? And I go, everything. I listen to everything.
You know what? Yeah, and I was just telling somebody that the other day, like, sometimes I like something and I don't know the reason why I like it, but I feel like you shouldn't have to question why you like something.
No.
Just if you like it, then that should be a good enough reason, I just do.
I listen to Elvis. I listen to Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I listen to just about it. I was Smokey. I love Big Smokey Robinson fan. I like everything. I like country. That doesn't matter. I like whatever everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one more thing about the YouTube. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I am working on a small web series called Trackers.
Okay.
With Detective Gomez.
So is this on your same YouTube channel, or you have two?
It's on the same YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's little episodes where I track people down, and, catch them in the lie,
right?
And then there's some type of conversation.
I like that name, Trackers.
Yeah. So that's what it's actually, it's me just on that day, for example, tracking down Tam. And see if she's really doing a podcast or not.
Right,
and
yeah.
if she's not, your boyfriend would catch you lying about it. Like, well, you said you're doing a podcast today. What are you doing over here? So it's not about cheating. It's just about everything that people may be lying about. And I track people down and find out why they're lying.
I like that. What has been the response since you?
Good.
Really?
Good. I put something up on TikTok not too long ago, and they got like 1.3 million views on it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow, you blowing up on TikTok.
Yeah. So I've got to put some more stuff up there. I got to shoot some more stuff. So there's more stuff coming.
And you say you are working on a movie, right?
I'd like to work on a movie. We're trying to get some funding for it. So we're going to. One of my old former law enforcement friends are putting something together. And
are you able to talk about it?
No, I won't talk about it just yet until we get the funding. If we get the funding, we're going to start shooting and hopefully shoot.
Okay.
If we get the funding for it, we'll hopefully start shooting here in the next couple of months.
Okay. Can you tell us what it's going to kind of be about?
Yeah. It's basically about an Asian gang, and that I am, as a private investigator, one of my law enforcement friends asked me to come back and help them try to solve some of these homicides that are occurring here in Dallas. And it's an Asian gang that keeps killing people, and
right.
It's kind of a revenge thing from a long time ago.
Okay.
And I'm coming back to try to help them out, and at first I don't want to do it, and then it comes to where they need me, and I have to come.
Because you're like the what do you call it? Was Queen Latifah the equalizer?
Something.
Yeah, like she come and fix. Like I watched a part of her show where she was like, I don't do this for the money. I do this because I just want to make things right, and like you watched The Equalizer before?
I've seen it before.
Yeah, so I guess it's a spinoff from another Equalizer, right?
Yeah, there was another one before that.
Yeah.
She's like the next one, the TV version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was like, I don't do this for the money, and not everyone have my number. And so the police was like, they killed my partner, and if this wasn't that important, I wouldn't have called you, but I know you can find who killed my partner. Right, I was like, wow. Right. And she was like, okay. And so then she goes back to the lab, and then they have the nerd, who can hack into the computers and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. So it'd be something similar to that, where I have to come back and help my buddy out because he gets kung fu or something like that.
So was this your idea? Like, how did you come up with this concept or this storyline?
Yeah, we were talking one day, me and my buddy, and we were having lunch, and we're talking. So, we need to make a movie, just something. Right. We started talking about it. Then we started writing stuff down and putting down
ideas.
Ideas.
Right.
And shot scenes where we're going to shoot this, where we're going to shoot this,
right.
Shoot this here.
Right.
And I said, okay, is it? Let's see if we can get some funding for it. We get some funding for it. We'll
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, what was your impression of me? Because I know you really didn't know me, but was I the only black female there? I think I was.
I don't know if you were or not. I know we had another black female named Morgan that came to work for us. She was doing some directing work for a while. my impression of you is that I remember you walking back and forth, and you're very diligent about getting here and getting there. And I saw you walking back and forth, and I go, she looked like she knows what she's doing. You know, I didn't know you, but I said she looks like she knows what she's doing. 'Cause just by the way you walked, you were very, very like determined to do it, get where you got to go.
Right.
And get going. And I was like, oh, she looks like she knows what she's doing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt comfortable. Everybody made me feel welcome. You know, working with Cheaters, but. I don't know. I was still a little starstruck every time I saw you or I saw him, you know, Joey. I think Cheaters came into my life at a time where, because I was new in Dallas, not much family here.
Right.
I was just on my own. I had just moved into my new apartment, and you guys were like my family. You basically were my family, and when you called me, I really genuinely loved like going there and sitting in a group and waiting and hearing the rundown and like, you know, bonding with all the security guys and
Walter and
Walter and Vernon. Did Vernon? Somebody told me so.
Both of them passed away.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So somebody just told me that the other day. But it was like, wow, you know, the memories. The only thing I regret is not taking a lot of pictures, which I don't really know if it was allowed. But, God, it was good times.
Good time?
It was really good time.
A lot of fun.
So where do you see Trackers or Danny Gomez or Detective Gomez brand in the next 5 years?
I think the course will do really good. I think people want to. You know, when I talk to people on the phone, they really seem that they sometimes they need guidance. You know, sometimes they'll need a private investigator, or maybe they need for temporarily.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, I think the course will help a whole lot. Help people get some guidance on how to do things.
Right.
I get people sometimes that call me, how do I install a GPS?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't let the word install figure you out. Or, you know, let that make you think that you can't do it.
Right.
It's simple.
Right.
So
yeah.
I show them how to do things like that. But I think at the end of the day, I just want to, you know, maybe, you know, if the Trackers does really well, then hopefully we can, you know, sell it to a, you know, streaming company or something like that, and do something like that. Have some fun with that.
Because most of your products are your brand, right?
Right.
Things that you've come up with yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And still do detective work, you know.
Right.
Maybe not as much, but still do some detective work, you know, here and there.
So I want to ask you this question, based on current affairs. How do you feel about the Will Smith incident with Chris Rock? You
know, I understand where he's coming from as far as, you know, being a man, and maybe, you know, when she looked at him, I guess they call it the side eye. And but as a professional, there's sometimes when you've got to, you know when to show your cards, so to speak. And I think that Will probably should have grabbed him, maybe at the back of the show and said, "Look, mofo, you say it again, then I'm gonna knock you upside, I'm gonna bitch slap your ass or whatever, you know."
Right.
You know, let him do it in private, you know, but not in public like that, because
it was just weird.
You're a professional.
Yeah.
And you're a professional.
Right.
And you're a professional, you know, to the black community also.
Yeah.
And so it's not just those people looking at you, but your own people are looking at you.
Right. The whole world.
Yeah.
You say like 80 million, basically,
and then Chris Rock, I mean, I think he handled it well. I mean, because he could have, I mean, you can tell on the video, he got took like 2 or 3 seconds and pulled himself back together. So, okay. All right. You know, didn't try to make a joke out of it. And then kept through with the award ceremony and gave Questlove his award. And, and then moved on. But he could have easily said, you know, shouted something back, could have attacked him. Right. It could have been all that fight, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there. Yeah. You know, I mean, who knows what could have happened.
But, if he would have hit the wrong person,
Right. So, you know, I mean, I think Chris Rock handled it correctly.
So who's right and who's wrong?
I think Will Smith probably should have just, you know, sucked it up and said, okay, man, I'll or maybe nod at him like, I'm going to get you, you know, and then get him later on and say, like, man, don't, you know, stop it. Right. Stop with the jokes of my wife.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, that would have been like very classy of him to just be like, stop it. No, just stop it. You know,
and then maybe
if he wanted to yell and let out that anger.
Yeah, and then maybe Chris Rock might have given an apology after that, saying, hey, by the way, I offended Will Smith tonight, and I'm sorry for doing that, or something like that. And maybe he would have come out and said that. But him going up there and slapping him like that, you know, and, you know, Shannon Sharp, said something. Did you watch the video?
Who's that?
Shannon Sharpe. He's a
I don't know her.
Former professional football player.
Oh, I don't know him.
He has a show with Skip Bayless.
Okay.
On YouTube.
Okay.
And he said something. He goes, "There's 3 things you don't do to a black person. You don't call us the N-word. You don't spit on us, and you don't slap us, because that's what they used to do to us back then. And for him to bitch slap him like that is the ultimate disrespect for a black man." And he said that because he would have done that to me, he would have to fight me off that stage.
Yeah.
And fight me again next time I see him.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure every celebrity who's in that Hollywood circle went through a scenario as if that was me, trust me. Yeah. Yeah, I would have laid Will out. But, you know, it's like.
I mean, it just. Or you know, even Shannon Sharpe, even though that Chris Rock is smaller, even though he would have beat me, he still would have had to fight me.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So I think Chris Rock handled it better. Yeah. You know, the whole apology thing, it's too late. I mean, even if he apologized, it still happened, because that video's going to be there forever. Yeah. Yeah. Ever. It's
just weird how Will played Ali, and you going to slap somebody? Yeah. You know, and not hit him like that. Just honestly, I feel like for him, you know, and trust me, I'm on Chris's side. I know everybody's like, I'm not picking a side or I'm picking Will's side. No, I'm on Chris' side because he's the victim. He's the person people are not talking about. Right. But when Will went up, I honestly think it was like an out of body experience, because even when he walked back, he was kind of like, just kind of like almost calm. And he sat back down, and I don't think he even realized he was speaking at that moment. Mm-hmm. Not giving him any justification or any excuse, but I think something internally is going on with Will.
Well, and I even think Chris Rock wasn't expecting that. I think because if you look at the video a little bit closer, Chris Rock kind of leans in with his left shoulder just a little bit, like almost like he thinks,
like he was gonna say something.
Yeah, say something to him, and then he turned around and hit him, and it's like,
yeah. And then I don't know if you noticed this too, they said that I went back and saw the video too, he had his hands behind his back. Now, if he really thought Will was going to hit him, he probably would have held his hands up or flinched like that. Yeah. So it's just, the whole situation was just like literally, I said I felt sick watching it to myself. Yeah. And then I hear other people saying the same thing too. Like, it just was disgusting, and embarrassing too.
To see 2 men, and they don't have to be black. It can be white, Hispanic, doesn't matter. Just 2 men professionals.
Yeah.
Doing that,
Yeah.
In public like that. It's just unprofessional.
Very unprofessional.
And the Oscars is the Oscars. That's like the ultimate award show. Yeah. And for that to happen there is just...
Yeah, especially when we're now starting to, as people of color, make progress, on this platform. Not that we need this to, validate us, but now, the world is starting to recognize our work. So, our work as, people of color, films and entertainment. But, oh, God, I think you're the first person I've actually asked this question online, so
it's a tough question to tangle.
I mean,
and then also the guy, one more thing, the guy, the Shannon Sharpe guy, the guy from the YouTube show I was watching, he mentioned that if Will should have gone after anybody, should have gone with that guy messing around with his wife. I said he should have gone with that.
But they said that Will gave him his blessings. Yeah, the August guy, the guy who Jada was with.
Yeah, but he wrote a song about having an affair with his wife.
Exactly. And if this is supposed to be an open marriage, but kind of like on a down low, don't tell too many people, then why would you write a song about it? Like, yeah, so that's the person they said that Chris Rock really took that slap for somebody else or many things that
going on at home. Maybe maybe Will's not happy at home. Maybe there's other things happening, and maybe he's just tired of her. He doesn't know how to get rid of her. It's possible. There are people involved in relationships that I've seen in the past that they'll just put up with it because they don't know how to say it's over.
Right. It's sad. Can't believe we're still talking about this a week later. Because it happened, 2 weekends ago?
About a weekend a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long week.
Crazy.
I mean, everything online is talking about this, so why not us?
Why not? I'm sure we're not done
It's yet. A hot topic, I know, right?
Yeah, very hot.
Well, thank you so much for coming to the Tam Cam podcast show, guys. Once again, guys, we have Detective Danny Gomez. And you want to tell people where they can connect with you, especially if they want to hire you to find a cheater.
Sure. Go to detectivegomez.com or look at Tam's t-shirt, and it'll tell you right there how to get a hold of me. And go to detectivegomez.com, contact me there. Almost social media is there, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and anything else that you might think that's out there. But find me there at detectivegomez.com.
Thank you guys once again for joining us for another Tam Cam podcast show. We will see you next time with another very interesting guest. Take care, guys.